We are live. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stuff has actually worked this morning. Oh my god. It has been such a faff. Such a faff. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. I'm always having these technical issues. Always having these technical issues. Good morning, Serenity. How are you? How are you today? I've seen you on here a few times now. I hope you're well. Getting gradually a little base of regulars attending these chats. It's really nice because we're kind of building on each session over and over, and it's good. Life is good. Life is good. Stand by. I'm just getting myself set up. There was a bit of a rush coming in this morning because we woke up a little bit late, and then after waking up, we were like, okay, we're gonna do some yoga. We're gonna go for a walk, and hey, Wendy, how's it going? You go for a walk, we're going to do the stuff, and then, got back a little bit later than I'd hoped, so I've been rushing around trying to get things set up, ready to go. And the different thing today is that that's not working. I'm trialing doing like a normal stream, horizontal, and then I'm also seeing what this whole vertical thing's at. So I'm just trying to organize that so that it works properly. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll sit with it. It's all very new. It's all very, very new, but it's also very exciting. And I think that's working now. I think that's working now. So, team, how are we on this fine sunny day in New Zealand? How is life? How are your days going? I'm going to have a slurp and then we're going to get straight into the hard stuff. And we've got people on here who probably don't know who I am. Hello, I'm George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer in August 2024. Had surgery back in October. Maybe having more in the coming, well, who knows. And I'm sharing a journey here on YouTube. So if you're interested in mindset, psychology, how to kind of better yourself, create that solid foundation in life, then this is the challenge. Oh, I sound different. Ooh, okay. Bear with me, Wendy. Bear with me. Let's double check what's going on here. And it should be audio output mode. Device, use a custom device. Is that sounding a little bit better? Is that because it might be because I've swapped on to doing the vertical as well as the horizontal? It might be that some of the settings have reset, or I don't know. I'm learning. Does that sound any good? It might also be that my mic's right out of the way. Anywho, am I okay? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good actually. I haven't, touch wood, had many, well, very, 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 very few partial seizures over the last 2 weeks. I had one yesterday. Yesterday evening, hit me out of the blue, wasn't ready for it, didn't really know where it had come from, but the past 2 weeks or so I haven't had any seizures, like nothing, which is huge because when I was getting them, 10, 15 a day, you just get absolutely wiped out by it. You spend most of the day just trying to just chill out and recover from it. But when I'm not having them, it means I've got far more motivation just to be able to get out and do this stuff and go and have some fun and hit the gym consistently and do all the other things that I want to do during the day. So it makes a massive difference. Massive, massive difference. Cameron, I was waiting for you. Good morning, sir, or afternoon for you in the States. How are you? How are you? Sound is low on my end. Okay, so we've obviously got something going on here. Stand by, team. Stand by. Let's double check what is going on. the settings I can see are the right way. Let me just see if there's like a sensitivity or something I can adjust. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about this. I always get these tech issues. One day, I will have
it all set up, properly ready to go. Because it seems like things aren't just don't work. I don't know why. Capture audio only. Does that sound a little bit better for you guys? Let me know. Is that better? Is that clearer? Because I've now swapped it out from, well, I've reset my main mic, this thing. So I'm hoping that works a little bit better. Boom. I am like a techno wizard. I think what had happened is that it was, so I re-logged in and I think it's reset a couple of things. So my audio was coming from my camera rather than from this thing. So I'm glad that that's fixed. I'm learning. Cameron, how are you today? How is life? And what's up, little bro? I mean, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I am trialing this like whole vertical thing. So I've got on my screen now my horizontal camera, and then it should be going out vertically as well, which is very exciting. I've not done this before. I'm learning each and every day how to do something different, how to add on to this like YouTube live shindig, which is very exciting. Team, how are you? Let me know in the chat. I want to know that you're all happy, clappy. Maybe you're not happy. And if you're not happy, let me know. Maybe I can offer some wisdom on how to navigate that sort of thing. Now today, I thought we could do something a little bit... Wow. So, story. I think I might have mentioned this on a live before, but I work with a mindset coach, have done for coming up to 2 years. And my God, why am I having so many issues? Work with a mindset coach, and he has completely changed my life on how I navigate challenges that life will inevitably throw onto your lap, whether you like it or not. And one of the first tasks he got me to do when I was first diagnosed, I started working with him 2 weeks after diagnosis, was to write down 100 benefits, positives, opportunities for having brain cancer. And I wanted to slap him. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to slap him when I first heard of that task. However, having sat down and started to do that, so I sat down with a piece of paper and a pen, and I dedicated 2 hours to this. And it took me an hour and a half to come up with 100 benefits, 100 opportunities for having what's going on for me. And by the end of that point, I was really, really balanced and positive about the situation. And it kind of starts to rewire, yeah? The more we think of the negative, the more that negative grows. So we've got to think about the positive, for the positive to bring equilibrium and balance. When we're at balance, we're in peace. And when we're in peace, we can start taking ownership, agency. We make rational, logical decisions rather than acting out of fear or discomfort or pain, those sort of things. So we have to find that psychological balance in life. Otherwise, we are running on that roller coaster of emotion. We're just running amok, right? And so one of the things that I wanted to talk with you guys about, unless you have any specific questions, I mean, if you do, chuck them in the comments. I want the darkest questions you can hit. And Cameron, I'm expecting good things from you, my friend. I'm expecting the deepest, darkest questions. I love them, absolutely love them, because it's a way of adjusting the psychological status quo, the default around these challenging things. And it kind of just gives maybe, hopefully, possibly a different perspective for you guys so that you can move forwards in a bit more peace than struggling. So today, I'm going to talk to you about some of the benefits, positives, all that sort of stuff that I have found from doing those benefits and from this situation I'm in. Now, like I said, I did have a seizure yesterday evening, so I'm a little bit foggy today in the brain, which comes with the territory, so I will probably lose my train of thought a few times. But those of you that have been here before, you know the jam, you know what's going on. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Cameron, me adulting like crazy. Food prep Sunday, broke down a whole chicken. Busy Sunday. We had a similar day yesterday. It is Monday here in New Zealand. Monday morning. We did I made this huge batch of keto butter chicken curry. Oh, so good. So good. So good. I made a huge batch, so we've got some more for today and maybe tomorrow. And then we have a huge joint of mutton, which is an odd one, big joint of mutton. That'll go into the oven later today for tomorrow. So kind of food prepping. Let's come down. Wendy, you're here again. I love it. Okay. I'm really glad I managed to get my audio sorted. That was a close one. Polemic. So cool. I'm catching George on a live. Hello, Polemic. You've been on here before, hey? Or I've seen comments. Something like that. Welcome. Come along for the ride. It's quite an exciting one. I'm just going to get myself organised here. I've got so many things on the desk, including my tea. Because you can't go wrong with the tea. I wouldn't be English or British or a UK-ish if I didn't have a cup of tea ready to rock and roll. And I will probably have another one before the end of this live. Yeah, it'll be fun. Not on your chat. I've made many comments on your channel. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I recognised your name. So I go through and read absolutely every single one of my comments. I've got a backlog that I need to go through. It's been a busy couple of weeks. But I really, really love reading them, and the support, the love, the care, the stories are huge. Some of the stories and people coming forward who are in a similar situation, or they might be struggling with other things in life, just looking for some support or guidance, it's lovely to be able to offer that to people. And I really do feel like that's my purpose now in life, is to help others out, navigate this world that's currently in quite a troubled place. And who knows, spread the love, man. That's all we want in life. Share love and be loved. Okay. So if you've got any questions specifically for me, throw them in. I will definitely try and answer them. If I can. I usually can in some form or another. Because I love your attitude and your personality. You've got what it takes to win your fight. Damn right I do. And we all do. That's the thing is we put socially, and that comes from a evolutionary background, we put certain people on this pedestal of success, of greatness, and then we diminish our own capacity, right? So for me, it's called imposter syndrome, isn't it, really? I don't feel particularly special. I think every single one of us has the capacity and the power to be able to take control of life and do what we want in order to better ourselves. So it's important to come at life with that belief. The way we talk. In fact, I made a note about this yesterday, and I'm gonna read this out because I think it's a good one. So, the way that we talk has a huge impact on how we navigate life, right? So, this is something I'm going to ask you guys to do and tell you to do. Obviously, telling is, it's something that I would recommend doing. And that is to just stop saying things like, or speaking negatively of yourself. So like, oh, I'm overweight, I'm unfit, I don't have enough money, I'm a bad driver, I can't do that, I can't do a bungee jump, I can't create a successful business. All these sort of words that diminish who we are. We speak negatively about ourselves. Those things that we say are literally instructions for your brain. They're like neuroscience shows us this. Yeah, those things are literal instructions. You are telling your brain that you aren't good enough for whatever purpose or whatever it is, and it becomes like a crutch. It becomes an excuse to become those things. So you may not be. You may be fit. But if your belief structure and the words that you're saying, and you are instructing your brain to think that you are something, you will end up being that. Because like how you identify, your identity is your destiny. Yeah, who you believe you are is who you will become. So as long as you are identifying with those things that are currently kind of holding you back, that you don't want to be holding you back, they're your brain continuing to like predict your future based on those labels that you're literally choosing for yourself. So imagine the power if you cut out that language, you become hyper aware of the language that you're using, the knock-on impact, the ripples of throwing that stone into the lake. Who knows where they go? Like, who knows how far that goes, that travels, and it can change your life purely by changing your words. And it's that thought to identity process that I've been through in previous live sessions. More chats on here. Thank you very much, guys. We've got new people joining in. So if you don't know who I am George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer. It's exciting. In some ways, it's also incredibly challenging. If you have absolutely any questions, queries, mumbles, grumbles, whatever you want to share, throw it in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer anything. Last couple of times, I've had some really interesting questions. I had Annalise, my partner, on here. The whole thing of marriage came up on the chat, which was fun to kind of navigate and talk with her next to me. It was funny. Maybe, well, I'm hoping she'll come and do another one at some point soon. If you guys are keen to have her on as well, just let me know. Right, let's have a look. Because I love your attitude and personality. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. We have sweet tea in the carrot. What is sweet tea? Is it just like normal breakfast tea with sugar or something? Yeah, what is that? I don't think I've come across that. Currently eating ribs. Give me a few minutes. Man, the dream, Cameron, the dream. Mark, you're wise beyond years. Bless you. I appreciate that. I am learning about life, and it's one of those benefits. It's something I'll come back to later, as it's something I wanted to talk about on here, but it's one of those benefits is that having been slapped around the face with mortality, like a massive fish to the face, it's given me like perspective on what's important, like clarity on where I'm wanting to go with my life, what I'm going to do, and I guess ultimately appreciation for what I do have and all of those around me and this life, this crazy adventure that we call life. So I'm getting there, but I think everybody's wiser than they realize, for sure. We give, like I said, we give ourselves these labels of, I'm not wise yet. We all carry something. Like, you can learn from every single person out there. And we should never judge someone as being lower level intelligence, because they for sure have something that they've experienced or they know that we can learn from. And that's the beauty of being human, really, is we can share these things. And one of the reasons why we're so successful as a species. Hello, my opinion is you should make another topic videos because you have good vibe to be a YouTuber. Thanks, man. I am, or lady, not sure. Or in between, I don't know. Hello. Yeah, when you say make another topic videos, what do you mean? I have got one which I'm hoping to get out. I'm mid-edit. I'm hoping to get out either today or tomorrow. And that is but the topic specifically is what happened for me during surgery. So like the run up in the day of the surgery, what the whole process is, through to going under the knife and then out the other side until I get home. So the idea of that video is to share in detail what it was like for me, so that hopefully if there's someone out there who might have brain surgery, or they're interested, or family member, or someone might benefit from knowing what that process is like. They're not going in blind, because for me, going in, it's like, oh my god, this thing's going to happen. I've done some Googling. Google has scared me. And I couldn't really find very much information. And when I spoke to my surgeon, my neurosurgeon prior, he said, "Okay, we're gonna do an open craniotomy," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, yeah. What is that?" And he said, "Oh, well, it's nothing too crazy. Obviously, it's his 9 to 5. He does it daily, so he's like, oh, it's fine. You'll be grand." But he's like, "Yeah, so we're just gonna drill like it was like that sort of size out of your head. They take that out and pull that off." Cut on through, there's a sheath that like a sack that holds your brain, which the name of escapes me at this point in time, but they'll cut through there and then they'll go digging and diving in your brain, and then they put the patch back. They use this weird powder stuff which then reforms kind of like almost like bone, put some titanium plates and screws in. Yeah, but the actual detail I didn't really know anything about of what is the experience like. So yeah, I wanted to share that. So it will be coming out in the next couple of days, if not today. I'd appreciate your feedback on that one. It's a little bit more educational, I suppose, rather than just, hey, this is me, what's going on. I want to start producing more educational content for you guys, so you actually learn something about it, as well as hopefully get some entertainment, enjoyment out of this experience that I'm sharing. But another good point, yes. Georgia is so unique and refreshing. He's going, I'm getting there. You know what's really interesting with the YouTube side of things? So I broke the 3,000 sub mark, which is crazy of itself. But then I think YouTube is trialing my, like in the algorithm, it's adjusting who maybe in the last week, it's adjusted who it's showing my content to, like new viewers, because I've gone from like, I don't know, maybe 500 views a day, which is nuts, from that down to now about 120, and then I've actually lost subscribers. Like I've gained, in the last week I gained a net of 1. So most days I was like minus subs, which is fine. This is all the roller coaster of this YouTube journey that I'm on. But it's also one of those things. It's interesting to see that the algorithm's going, okay, well let's trial it on that group. That's what I'm hoping that they're doing. Yeah, who knows? Iced tea. Oh, iced tea. Comedy served in the southern states. Okay. So we have iced tea as well. I get that. I can't drink that at the moment. I would love to, but I can't. I'm not having sugar. I say can't. I'm choosing not to. Trying to do everything I can to fight this cancer. Okay, Annette. I've had non-aggressive cancer on the pancreas and liver since 2013, and I am a fighter. I have the will to live. We have a lot of rain. Man, Annette, that's interesting. I'm assuming, did you have surgery on that? How did it go? Was it manageable? And 2013, so it's a little while ago now. That's wow. That's crazy. That's amazing. Difficult experience. Long story short, I was basically let to go of a position. Oh man. Changed myself as to how to deal with people. I do not want anyone to have that same experience. I mean, life is, for every single one of us, life is a tragedy, yeah? And like a book, like a tragedy book, we can have some enjoyment out of that if you stand third party. So to step back and just look at what's going on in life, you can get enjoyment out of it, even if, excuse me, the tea's coming back up. Even if it's a real challenge, a real challenge, and we're gonna get those one way or another. We don't have that decision. We don't have that choice. We can't control it. So best thing we can do is just control how we look at it, how we perceive it, use it. It's also helped me to be a supporter of positive people and friends who are trying to be better people. Guess how I find you? Cameron, you're always so lovely. Always so lovely. Serenity mining. So it's not the mining sheath. It's the Jura. Yeah. So it's like it's the Jura. So they take the skull off, and then there's this like outer sheath, outer bag for the brain called the Jura, and they just slice through that. That gains access to the brain, but it also allows a lot of the fluids and things to exit. So when they go back to sew it all back, stitch it all together, then it'll take a little bit of time for that to heal, and then all of the the brain fluids can start moving around as they should and were. Hit me with questions, team. I want some deep, dark questions. Absolutely anything you might be interested in. I'm an open book. Let me find what I wanted to show you guys. Oh, question for you. So these next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working really hard to get some, like this next video coming out, I want to get some really educational, engaging, more in-depth videos about certain topics. Can you, in the comments, let me know? So I've got some ideas. One is going into depth, like real depth, on the metabolic approach to cancer. So keto, glucose, those sort of things, and really going into the specifics about what the protocol is and how it works on a down to a cellular basis. I feel like that would be really useful for people who are interested or toying with the idea of trying it, and not necessarily for cancer or other things, but just purely for health base. So how do you use keto to benefit your life, lose weight, get fitter, better mental clarity, those sort of things. Is that sort of something you're interested in? The other things is like a mindset. So talking into the specific tools that I use to ensure that my outlook in life remains at peace, at equilibrium, and how to change these perceived negatives into a positive, so that we can use it as a lesson. I've been working two odd years, near enough, a year and a half, so on like mindset, on how to develop this mental resilience, mental flexibility, the mental strength. And I was thinking I could try and condense that 2 years, all I've learned, and then share that as a practical guide for you. I don't know. Is that of interest? I don't know. I had an EEG, so an electroencephalography, where these medical words, man, they're so medical. So it's where they like attach little pads all around your brain, on your head, and then they all wire up into a thing, and they kind of measure your brain activity. They did this so that they were trying to catch me having a seizure to kind of see what type of seizure it is, and then they can be a bit more targeted with medications. So they did that. That was an interesting experience. I don't know whether to share that with people if it's of interest. If you can let me know in the comments, team, that would be amazing. What else? I had loads of ideas. A big one, and this is a huge topic, is pretty much the protocol that I'm on. So everything. What am I doing on a daily basis that is in my protocol to fight cancer. And I don't know whether to... It's a hard one because there's so many different things. So it might end up being a very long video. And I don't know whether to break that down into smaller sections of like, why am I doing cold showers every day? Why am I doing hyperbaric oxygen chamber? Why am I doing IV vitamin C? Why am I taking Silvestrol and like fenbendazole and a whole host of other sort of drugs and just all of the background side of things of my protocol, exercise, the works, and then explaining what it is that I'm doing and how to do it. I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting because it's like I've got this thing on the back of my arm, a continuous ketone monitor, and that is fascinating to be able to see what my ketones are doing throughout the day, and whether I'm in therapeutic ketosis or not. Okay, let's have a look. Cameron, let's have I love your questions, bro, because you always go like in depth. Question for you. When I pin a comment, can you guys see that? Does it show? Like, does it show on the chat feed, or how? What does it do? Like one. What's something about the modern day world that bothers you? What's something about it that brings you joy? Ooh, this light. Ooh, great question. Something that bothers me. Something that bothers me. I think one of the big things that bother me is actually two things, and it's to do with education. Like when you're at school. Yes, I've been pinned, so love that. One of the things that really frustrates me is that the educational system doesn't teach, and this is in general, it might be around the world that someone is out there, sharing this stuff to kids and explaining how things work, but I find it nuts that we don't teach them about, one, finance. Like, why are we not teaching people how to, at a young age, how to have a successful business, or do their taxes, or how to invest, or, all these sort of things that the entire world runs on. Like, they pop out of school and suddenly they're thrown into this system, this world that they've never been taught about, or very, very few have been taught about. And generally that will be from like parents or, private tuition or whatever it is to children. But it's like we teach kids about Pythagoras' theorem and all of these things. And yeah, okay, there's a minority that it is useful to in general daily life. But these days with modern technology and things, a lot of what we're teaching is still based on the Victorian process. So, I think that's really frustrating. I just wonder whether people would have a better way of life. People who are really struggling with financial health, they might have a better existence, and probably bring a lot of people out of poverty if they had a good relationship with money. And the other thing is, why don't we teach kids about mental health? Like how to navigate their emotions and how to navigate things that are going to come into life and test them, whether they like it or not. Like, we know something's going to come along and it's going to be awful and it's going to give them depression, or, I don't know a single person who hasn't at some point in their life, at some point, been depressed, low, down in the dumps. I would say there's a vast majority of people who at some point in their life, and this is very sad, at some point in their life have contemplating suicide, or trialing it, or sadly succeeding in some cases. We know these things are going to come along and they're going to test people to the brink. Like I was saying about the balance, right? We, through life, will pinball. Those pinball games? Each one of those, hitting the ball back, is feedback, right? And we have to hit that boundary at some point in order to feel the opposite. So we have to have experienced the low of the low that we can get to. And what a privilege when you really think about it. But we have to experience that. So if we know that kids at some point in their life are going to hit their relative low, Everyone's different. It's all subjective. Why are we not equipping them with the tools to be able to come out of that and learn from it in a positive way that then benefits their life moving forward? Well, to me, it doesn't make sense. To me. But, yeah, let me know. Let me know. Okay, see, medical words do be medical. Yes, they do be medical. No, it's an echo, not an electroechocardiogram, because that's for your heart, I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I need to search this. I want to get this, otherwise I'll be awake all night trying to remember what it is. Brain activity scan name. It's a. Bear with me, team. Bear with me. Not a PET scan. It is an echoencephaloph. Oh my god! I'm gonna write this down for you, team, because this is. It's one of those ones that's like, what? Electroencephalography. Something like that. Electroencephalography. Yeah, one of those things. That's what I had. I don't know whether it's interesting. It was a really cool experience, actually. Really cool experience. Metabolic approach will be good to hear from you, especially since you're passionate about it. Having good results. Okay, cool. Well, the next one I will do then is a metabolic approach to cancer. Let me add that as my to-do list. I think it's a really good one because there's a massive wave of people interested in it, and there's also a huge amount of research starting to come out. If you are interested, Professor Thomas Seyfried has been doing a lot of research into this. And there's another one, Dr. Isabella Cooper. You've got Anthony Chaffee, however you say the last name. There's a lot of people who are exploring it as a therapeutic option for treatment of cancer, along with other various things. So I will make sure to do that. I couldn't agree more with you. Right? Like, why? Why? Why is it not shared? Why is it not? Ugh, imagine the world. Okay, I was talking with a friend yesterday how times were before mobile devices. If we weren't home, we're not available. But now we have to do multiple things at once, makes us crazy. Yes. So I would say that's kind of next on my list, is this sudden advancement in technology, which is incredible. It has its benefits. It has its options, opportunities. It's going to make life a hell of a lot easier for us. AI stuff kind of scares me a little bit, but that's a different topic, kind of. Mobiles and apps are designed to be hyper addictive, right? And that's because we're shown advertising, yeah. And now that's the Hannah, hello, hi crew, welcome. How are you, Han? How are you, Rise and Shine? That's my sister, just so you know, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, so we are, if I remember correctly, the most common sold commodity now is our online data, which is terrifying. So there's a really, really, really good documentary called Social Dilemma. Highly recommend watching it. Highly, highly recommend. I think it should be hardcore. Everyone should watch it. It explains just how addictive social media is, and it comes down. I've mentioned it before. Similar. Yeah, I have mentioned it before, I think. Called Skinner's rat experiment, which is where, I'll keep it short, but basically if you have some sort of dopamine hit that you're not sure if you're going to get or not, like you don't know if you're going to get that food, then that starts to instill this addictive psychological pattern where you're going to keep on going back to it because you might get that hit, you might get that fix of dopamine. And so Facebook in particular, you have your news feed, it's feeding you all this stuff. Have a look. I bet you good money that every, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth thing on your news feed is advertising. That is scary. That is scary because we are gradually being conditioned to pretty much sit there and watch marketing, watch advertising over and over and over again. Like in some form there is marketing in there. And I think that's really damn scary. We're just kind of being treated like sheep, and all of our data is being sold off so that other companies can know exactly what we're like. What are we watching? What are we looking after? What are we searching for that they might be able to sell to? And in some cases, this is, some people would say conspiracy theory, but I think it's very interesting. Have you ever had it where you'll be, I don't know, you're at a bar or something and you're talking to a friend about something or other, I don't know, like, oh, well, the missus is pregnant, or we need to get, ready for this baby that's coming, or you're just having general conversation. And then like the next day you'll be scrolling and suddenly your newsfeed is filled with like baby strollers or nappies or all of this random stuff. And they say that they're not listening to us. But it's happened a number of times for me, and I think that's, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's maybe it's an interesting one. Who knows? They probably are. I always find it funny when your phone pops up with that, hey, do you want to give this app permission to be able to use your microphone? It's like, why does it need to use my microphone? Oh, man. Cameron, what is my view on AI? Ooh, okay. AI. What is my view on AI? I think it's an incredibly useful tool and makes life a lot easier for us, a lot more comfortable. I think we will lose a lot of the human aspects to life. I think it will be sad to see art or photography or music or basically any creative art, I feel, is going to be drastically impacted by this. I came across something the other day that was saying that there was, I think it was Warner Brothers, had decided to sue someone or some company. I might have this wildly wrong, but this is what I came across. Had decided to sue because this company had made basically a crazy good film clip, and from what they showed, it was like this big mechanical snake, like huge mechanical snake, kind of swimming around and then destroying some ships and things, like military ship type stuff. And it looked a bit like Transformers sort of style. Really, really good. Like you wouldn't be able to tell that wasn't made by a professional producer, like visual special effects stuff. But they've sued because that clip was made in about 20 minutes using AI, whereas like Warner Brothers and these other huge businesses have teams of hundreds of guys and girls who produce over months and months of work similar results. So as such, it's going to drastically impact the way that we produce media or creativity. And I think losing that human aspect, that's sad. A lot of these processes are going to become AI run, or already are. And who knows where it goes. The bit that terrifies me is, so for example, in the Ukraine-Russia war that is going on now, I won't get into the politics behind it, but so there have been, they're starting to use, don't know if you know, but the war has now moved drastically into the use of drones. So armed drones with explosives flying into people using fiber optics or radio. And I've come across a few, and I've been told about from various people that are kind of involved that they've started to test out the use of AI within the drones so that they can throw the drone up into a certain area. It will sit there, and it will, with its camera, it can ascertain where someone is and whether they're friend or foe, and then fly into it with no human intervention or decision making. That is terrifying. So we're going to create all of these drones, throw them up into the air, they're going to decide who they're targeting, and then they're just going to go and do it. Like, what? I think that's a scary place to be. Scary place. But that's my take on AI. I use ChatGPT. I use it quite a lot, to be honest, and that's for various different things. That's for like I used what was it, yesterday or the day before, to analyze my blood test results and explain what that means for me, and then what I can do to better them, to make them the healthiest they could be. Let's have a look at some more comments. Dude, I just bought some jeans and that's it. Exactly. Like you... Yeah, and that's the other thing, like on Amazon will sell your data of what you're buying to other companies so that they will then advertise to you for those items. Like, watch Social Dilemma if you haven't. Watch it. It's very interesting but terrifying. Definitely interested in the metabolic approach, caught an ivermectin fenbone as well. Latest studies in different countries. Okay, cool, I can do that. The studies and stuff in countries to do with fenben and ivermectin, it's sad because they are not, what's the word I'm looking for, patented. So basically anyone, the recipe's out there, anyone can make it and sell it, which means that there's no money in the sale, right? There's too many people doing it, so there's no monopolization on it. So yeah, because of that, nobody really is funding or pushing money towards studies on this front, because there's no benefit. So one of the things I would love to do, if it gets to a point, is I'd like to get to a point where maybe with the following the community that's developing with this channel, we could start trying to get some funding together to really explore these things. We'd need a lot of it, but I think it's worth throwing some money and maybe just collecting a bit to throw into studies that are currently going on that we believe are going to be good. So who knows? It's obviously an emerging field of therapy, so I don't want to speak with certainty about whether it is good or bad, because I can't. It's not my experience as of yet. But I do think it's fascinating to go into that, like to explore that world and see and hear other stories. I have a chat with a guy coming up. I'm hoping to interview him, who I came across, a man called Matthew, who he had astrocytoma, same as me, and swears by fenben. He went on to fenben and a few other things, and he's now clear, no sign of disease. So who knows? It'd be great to sort of touch base with him and see what his thoughts are. I used it too for creating some images for use that public speaking thing I did a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it's a fantastic tool. AI is a fantastic tool, but it's also scary. I think it's terrifying. Let's change the topic to supporting Becoming George. Oh, bless you. When you're having a tough day, what have family and friends done to build you up? I think you've asked this before. Yeah, so I think I have spoken about this before. That's fine. Happy to chat about it. I don't think there's a single thing that people do that it's like, this has been the most powerful thing. When I first sort of shared the channel, a long time ago now, a year and a bit ago, when I first shared the channel, the sudden support from so many friends and family from all around the world was very overwhelming, and that is purely everyone from donating to help me with various medical protocols that I'm trying to do, but they cost a fortune. Everything from that purely to just touching base and being like, hey, just so you know, I'm here for you if you need anything. Like one of our local friends, they cut our lawn just to help to remove one of those things, one of those chores that need to be done so that I can spend time towards learning or towards my health or towards the channel. So it's huge. It's huge. Like Ring cameras recognizing pets. Yes. Yeah, recognize how we walk. I came across so it's in China. They have a social credit system. Fascinating if you want to look into that. But they can basically, from my understanding, and this might be a little while ago, I'm having an episode. Excuse me, team. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. Unless you want to watch. It's weird because I haven't had any for a couple of weeks, and then I had one last night. Oh, this is a sore one. And one this morning. They're very sore and tingly and heavy. Like I'm getting left side numbness. My ear is ringing like crazy. My lips gone numb. Metallic taste in my mouth. Yeah, team, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back in action. I think. I hope. Sorry about that, team. Yeah, like I said, they're just kind of hitting randomly at the minute, and they're heavy, like very, very heavy. They're. I was only getting like before when I was having loads of them. They were really. Yeah, I mean they were weak. They weren't taking me out of action. I wasn't getting all the tingling. So yeah, coming back to getting a lot of them, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what it is. That's the parcel. It's just giving me feedback. one of the main things is that I haven't been sleeping very well the last couple of nights. Like, really not well. Don't know why. Just get uncomfortable and roll over, or I get cold. So I haven't been sleeping well, and for sure that that impacts how heavy and when I get the seizures. So yeah, it is what it is. We're doing well. So if you have any questions, guys, throw them in the comments. More than happy to answer. I appreciate the support. I've been reading the comments as they've been coming through. Yeah, they're not all that enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie, but they're all right. They're okay. They are what they are. Can't stay, but I just wanted to pop in with support, sending love. Oh, thank you. Hello. Thank you for popping along. And I appreciate, I've been seeing some of these hearts and things coming through. Really appreciate all of that. Like, it really helps to get it all out there to people. So yes, thank you for all of the hearts and everything that you're clicking. Do they show up if I do them? I don't know. It's all a learning curve. So I'm wondering if you'd be interested in this, and I don't know whether to share this with you now. Cassie, hi there. I don't know whether to share this with you guys now or not, because it will be me literally reading the email about some news, quite big news. I think I will. Why not? Okay, so this is going to be live for you guys. I'm going to read an email that's popped through, and it's from the medical oncology team. I had a meeting with them a good while ago, a couple of weeks ago, to discuss options and to look through my scan, my most recent MRI scan, which, if you didn't know, showed that the tumor is, according to the medical oncologist, looks stable, which is really good news. The bit that wasn't so good and questionable was that the cystic component within the tumor, which they drained when I had surgery in October, they weren't able to get rid of because they weren't able to get rid of it. It's attached to healthy brain tissue. So they drained it, and the plan was that they'd try and leave a channel in it so that all of the liquid can continue to drain. So they tried that. MRI showed that basically it's not worked. So the cyst has refilled and is bigger than it was prior to my last operation. So how it works is that they every Thursday they have an MDM meeting, which is where all of the various important people to do with neurosurgery, neurology, oncology all kind of meet, and they discuss certain cases and go through to come up with an action plan for that case in particular. So they sent off my case for that meeting. Hannah, Rise Shine, how am I feeling now? I'm feeling all right. Brain foggy, tired, but okay. So what I will probably do, guys, is I'll go through this email, which is about the MDM meeting. So it's the findings, it's the conclusions. And then, we'll probably call it a day there. What I might do before I share it with you is I'm gonna have a read on my own, if that's okay with you guys. And then if I feel like need to or want to share it with you, I will. But if not, then I will, probably not today, but I will do an update video, because that's what this whole thing's about, is to keep you guys involved. So, give me 2 minutes, my friend. Okay. Okay, team. Hey Darren, how's it going? I'm just reading an email, an important one, and depending on what it says, I'll be sharing the findings. It's to do with my last MRI scan. Almost at the end, guys. Chat amongst yourself whilst I'm doing this. You know the deal. You know the deal. Okay. Okie dokie. So, to share it or not? That is the question. That is the question. I think I will. Like we said earlier, medical words are very medical. So, they've sent me like an interpretation of my last scan and the MDM meeting, and then there's lots of words in there that I don't really know what they mean, but I kind of get the gist. Okie dokie. Right, so according to this email, and I'm hoping I'll have a meeting about it soonish with the onc team, neuro-onc team. I'm trying to make sense of it. So it says from my MRI scan, basically there is in the scan there is a 25 by 20 by 21 millimeter enhancing lesion, which is next to the cystic component. That's likely to be residual tumor from when I last had my op. So basically, conclusion is that they've noted that the cyst is increasing in size. Concerning for original study, which is concerning considering the size of the cyst that I had prior to my op. Other findings lying for resolution of the post-biopsy change are stable. Not entirely sure what that means. He says that unsure of the current treatment regime that I'm undertaking. I should really send that to them, shouldn't I? Stability in the lesion over 4-month period, which is really good news. And then they're currently not put me down for surgical intervention. So, what I assume this means is that that they will wait until my next MRI, which will be in May, early May. No, somewhere around there, maybe April. So they'll wait for that scan to see if there's any adjustments between now and then, and see if my symptoms change. And then it will be, okay, maybe we'll put him through another round of surgery, if I want to do it at that point. Yeah, I mean, that's I kind of expected that. Obviously, still processing that information. I think for me, when I had my last scan and I was told that the cyst was coming back, I was like, okay, they're going to want to get in there and try and drain that as soon as possible. My assumption was that with this MDM meeting, they would then be like, okay, yeah, we're going to do surgery. So no surgery for George for the time being, which is good. I appreciate that. I think if they were to do it, they'd probably just do stereotactic. So like a small hole, and they use a really long needle, so it's far less invasive. But we're doing all right. We have got other people on here, so hi team, welcome. If you don't know who I am, I'm George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer in August 2024, and I'm sharing that journey here on YouTube, keeping it real, none of the AI shit, and just kind of going through what I'm doing to fight this thing, and how to stay positive, the mental strength side of things, the resilience. On that note, Cameron, this evening, for me, I've got a really itchy nose today. This evening, I will be going live with my consultation website. So that's all been set up now. It's all ready to rock and roll. So if you're wanting to book in for that session to start working on your mental health side of things, let me know. I'll let you know when it's open and up, and then you can book on whenever is available in the calendar. People that don't know, I am basically offering out mindset coaching, mental performance coaching, for people who might be going through similar situations or health issues or family issues or whatever it is, working with them, providing tools and strategies and insights that will ultimately make a positive change in their life. So if it's of interest, just let me know in the comments and get in touch. I will be posting it on my Linktree, the link to my website. Sorry, I'm only catching up with comments. Thank you guys. Comments are lagging behind. Interesting. Okay, it might be my internet. May well be. Getting an update, fam. Kirst, thanks, George. Can I book too? Hannah, of course you can book. No problem. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be really cool. I'd appreciate that. I'd really appreciate that. Breather. I'm a breather now. I love that. So yeah, that's the email. You guys are getting live, like, this is going to be really interesting because it's like as it's happening, it's actually live as you're getting information. I'm getting information. Oh man, interesting. Yeah, so I will wait to hear when my next MRI is, and ultimately keep them up to date with how things are doing my end. And then hopefully they can, give me more information to work with. Knowledge is power, but a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. Little bit of knowledge. Okay. So, does anyone have any questions before I get on to anything else? Anything? Darkest questions you can hit me with? Come on, Cameron. You're good at these, man. Dark. Because looking into those deep, dark corners, we can work on things, right? If we're not open to exploring those darker thoughts and ideas and feelings, then we're never going to process them, right? And never come to terms with them and work with them. Okay. Hannah, let's just pin your comment. How do you feel initially after this news? Especially as you were, why is it not scrolling? Expecting surgery. I'm sending shrinking vibes to the cyst. How am I initially feeling? I think I'm kind of on the fence, because part of me was thinking, okay, I'm getting increased headaches. I was having a lot of episodes, a lot of partial seizures. So part of me was like, okay, well, I'm kind of keen for them to go in and have some action towards this, especially knowing that the cyst is growing. They kind of tie hand in hand. So I was thinking, if they can get in and do it, it means that I can get on with recovery from that surgery. Then part of me thinks actually it's not too bad, because that then gives me another 3 months, well, not 3 months now, but another bit of time to work on it. And yeah, I mean, my protocol is in absolute full swing, so that gives me a lot more time to check that it's working and that it's benefiting my health. But yeah, I appreciate the shrinking vibes. If everyone can do that, it would be great. That would be wonderful. Man, I freaking love you, dude. Looking forward to the session. But George, brother, love you to the moon, man. Cameron, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Other things that would help your channel is if we share your channel with others and on different platforms. Serenity, that would be incredible. Like, incredible. I'm trying to share it out there as much as I can. As I mentioned earlier, I think the YouTube algorithm has decided to try and show my channel to other people or a different demographic, or not at all, because my views have plummeted and so have my subscribers. So yeah, any help to get the channel out there would be incredible. It would be amazing. It would really help me out. We're slowly getting there, and there are gonna be those ups and downs. We're gonna get those ups and downs. I had in September just gone. I had like a couple of days where suddenly my videos were just being shown to so many more people. Like they call it reach, so it's how many people are they, or it's impressions technically, how many people are they putting the video in front of. And for some reason suddenly I had this huge spike, and that pushed me almost to the 3,000 mark in a matter of a few days. And yeah, now it's dropped, so it's going to have those peaks and troughs. Rise and shine, have to head to bed. Love you. Sleep well, Han. I hope you have a good sleep and feel better soon. I hope so. So another channel I follow requested for comments to be over 5 words. Oh! Is that a thing, Serenity? I did not know that. Is that a thing? Huh. I don't know. Oh, we have internal... Team, you know how every time I seem to have a technical issue? Well, turns out my camera doesn't like overheating. I don't know what is going on with it. So I've lost my camera, team. So what I will do is I'll probably call it here anyway, because it is coming up to an hour and a half. I'm sorry about my camera dying on me again. I am probably going to buy like a webcam or work out what the hell's going on. But yeah, thank you very, very much, guys, for joining in. As always, you rock. I appreciate all the support and the love and the care, and it's just great. You make my days brighter. So yes, I will call it there, team. If you do have any questions, queries, anything you want to help with as well, any support that I can give you, just get in touch, either in a comment on a video or on here, or any way you fancy. I will pick it up at some point. And yeah, keep an eye out on my link tree for the consultations if that's of interest to you guys. But yeah, alrighty. Thank you very much, team. Love you lots, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.